Hello and welcome to Dario's Tabletop, and today let me put the camera straight. Okay, I'm filming against the light, that's not so great, but I will show you every miniature in my army today. I will talk you through my Deathwatch army, how I started collecting it, and I returned to 10th edition. I kind of skipped 9 because it was the times of the Great Plague, so we didn't play a lot, and I was playing also a lot of Age of Sigmar. But today, let me show you a few of these beautiful miniatures. I hope I have good light. It's pretty sunny outside, so maybe I let in a bit more, and I will lead you through my army and what I think is good or not good for 10th edition. This is a pretty old schooly army, but I love my firstborns, and when the Deathwatch Marines came out, I think this was the first push towards Space Marines that are a bit bigger than the firstborns were. So it's not close to Primaris yet. Like, this is an intercessor right here, and here we have a firstborn. As you can see, definitely there's a height difference, but these were already a bit better than the other kids, are a bit bigger. And I will show you through my units and what I think is good. I played a couple of games in 10th edition. Maybe let me zoom in. So let me show you a bit of the army. So right there, let me see. Right here, there are some Kitbashed blade guards. I will come to these. These ones with the blue markings are my 5 intercessors with the sticky objectives. Here are my bikers, old school bikers, but they can do the job. Then we have some dreadnoughts. I think they will be outclassed by the Redemptor dreadnoughts, but these are still kind of viable. Here with the red markings, we have our flamer team, normal Deathwatch veterans. You can see here on this side Judiciar, my Watchmaster, a captain, and a Apothecary. I will show you through. We have here Kill Team Cassius. Some will say it's not a good team. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There are some people missing. I will put them in a second. It should be 11 people, but it's a good team for 255 points. These were destroying aggressors left and right. With Cassius gives the team devastating wounds. Where's the Cassius? Here he is. And it's a chaplain. I will zoom in a second on this guy. Then we have here Terminators, Deathwatch Terminators, and again, not the perfect light, but Deathwatch Terminators. Then we have here some Inquisition troops. I have my Eradicators here, Kitbashed from Sisters, because I wanted cool lore. We have a LANDRAIDER. A LANDRAIDER is really good for this army because you can load it up with a Proteus kill team. Proteus kill team is a mix of Terminators, Vanguard veterans, bikers, and veterans, but you can just you have to use 5 veterans, and then you can use a maximum of 4 Terminators in there, and then you gotta put in a bike, and then your team is toughness 5. Pretty expensive, but they have great abilities. What else? We have Vanguard veterans. I like them very much, but I don't know what GW is trying to do, or what they're planning. Let me take the smartphone from the stands so we can go in a bit. Yeah, let me show you around. Maybe that's a bit better. So just to show you a few of the models. Again, I'm probably filming against the light, but first of all, if you're new to Warhammer 40k, you probably shouldn't start playing the Deathwatch because it's so many profiles and so many odd things that it could be hard to get into the game with a Deathwatch. That's what I did, and you might struggle a bit because because for example the Kill Team Cassius, it has let me show you the data sheet. So this is the data sheet for the Kill Team Cassius, and as you can see, you have Terminators, you have Bikers, you have the Chaplain, and on the other side you have what everybody is bringing to the team. And as you can see, the Ultramarine, like this guy is bringing his mastercrafted bolt gun, or it used to be a mastercrafted bolt gun. Now it's just a long vigil melee weapon. This guy has his own name, and he used to bring the multi-melter, but that doesn't exist anymore. So now it's just a combi weapon, which has, I think, anti-infantry 4-up. This used to be a great psyker. Now he's still a psyker. But yeah, he got put into the team, and yeah, as you can see, a different loadouts. Then you have this guy, I think his name is Brand, and he has a flamer, he has a salamander, and he has a power fist, and he has a multi-melter, and you can use both of his, you can, when you're shooting with this unit, you can use the multi-melter as a combi weapon profile, and you can shoot also his flamer. Then you have this guy, a biker, a White Scar biker, not yet fully painted, but yeah, beautiful models. But I think that probably in the next edition, these guys will be retired by GW, or maybe they get updated. I don't know what will happen to the Deathwatch. Then you have here this guy, a Blood Angel with a flamer and his sword, and we'll take a look at the profiles in a second. And then you have here this guy with his power claws twin linked. I will show you the picture. And again, the beautiful Chaplain Cassius, badass Chaplain who gives his team yeah, devastating wounds, and it's pretty amazing. So yeah, I could show you around, but I will pick up. There's a lot to talk and a lot to show, but yeah, where I started, I wanted to get into 40k, and I bought myself this Start Collecting Deathwatch, and it was amazing back then. This pack is so full, it's still full. Like I built so many minis with this, because like the sprue keeps on giving. Back then you got this awesome Venerable Dreadnought and the awesome Watch Captain Artemis, and you could build a beautiful kill team. And back then in 7th or 8th edition, no, I think 7th edition, you could load these guys out with a Stalker Pattern Bolt Gun. Doesn't exist anymore. Now it's just a combi weapon, but you can use them. The Thunder Hammer, the heavy Thunder Hammer, are very much a thing. Again, you should bring some of these guys. They do definitely a bit of work. They have also great, how do you say? The Proteus kill team allows you to hit better, and I will come to that in a second. And yeah, I just loved like the miniatures, the models, and I had great fun building them, fielding them, but a bit complicated for newbies. But if you want to build build what you like, follow the rule of cool, and then struggled through the learning. And I was pretty happy with the Deathwatch. I never regretted buying them. Well, maybe while I was playing, sometimes it was hard to have all the profiles together. So not a beginner-friendly army, but it was pretty epic to play them and look at the miniatures. Like GW or whoever created these definitely poured some heart and soul into these guys. And I don't know how much ass-kicking they did, but I liked every second spending assembling these and painting these. And it can be pretty simple because like you prime them black and then you just have to put on some highlights. And well, maybe I should change my position to another one. Yeah, 10th edition. And what I have here. So where do we start? Let me just show you through the army, and then there it is. There is Dren Redblade. So here is my Space Wolf. He's part of Kill Team Cassius. Awesome guy. I love him. Is Kill Team Cassius playable? Definitely. What they do, we could take a look at their datasheet. So they consist, I think it's a 10-man or 11-man team. And on my datasheet, which I printed out, I did write down how many long vigil weapons I have, how many attacks. While I'm in ranged, I can do all of these, and while I'm in close weapon, I have to kind of like do 1 lightning claw, 1 power fist, 4 power swords, 1 force weapon. The mage has this one. This is really great. 3 combat weapons, which are just knives, but in this kill teams, the normal knives operate like power swords, and then the weapon of the chaplain is also really great. And Kill Team Cassius has Deep Strike, and that's really good. Like you can take this 11-man team and put them in reserves and let them deep strike somewhere in the backfield of the enemy and claim some objectives. Offensive, they are really good. Defensively, it could be better, because on a normal veteran team, as you can see here, you can take take hits on Terminators, like unmodified hits on a 2+, and Terminators have enough wounds to be able to tank them. I have also some Leviathan Terminators, but they are not ready yet. So I took some Dark Vengeance Terminators and kitbashed them, again, not fully painted yet, but as you can see, these are the Terminators from Dark Vengeance. You can use pretty much any Terminator you like, and you can equip them with everything you want, I think. And yeah, but some with Storm Shields are good, because it gives the Terminator a wound characteristic of 4. And so in a Proteus kill team, you can take the really heavy weapons on a Terminator. Wait a second. You can take the light shots on a Terminator, and you can then take heavy shots on the shields. The shields used to give 3+ invulnerable save. They are now a 4+ invulnerable save. That's not as good as it used to be, but it is what it is. And Kill Team Cassius has also Catechism of Death, which gives the chaplain and all the units, all melee weapons, devastating wounds. This is really good. They hit, and then on a 6+ they create just devastating wounds, and they will chew through tough units if they have to. Then they have unflinching. You can take saves on Chaplain Cassius because this is a character unit and it's not an attached character. So if you need to, you could also take the saves on the Terminator, or you can take the saves on Cassius. You don't want to do it because Cassius gives the team the devastating wounds, but if you need to, or if it should arise, you could say, okay, you don't, I'm tanking with Cassius, but yeah, just saying. So then what do we have here? So Kill Team Cassius is cool to build, cool to play. The profile is a bit of a clusterfuck, but yeah. Then I kitbashed an Apothecary. I just took a 40mm base. This is a Deathwatch. It's not fully painted yet, so it's just like roughly getting there. But just that you get an idea. I took a 40mm base. I took a Deathwatch veteran. I kind of posted the way I wanted it, and I primed it white, and I started painting this guy. I think he needs a couple of washes, as you can see here. A veteran's head, not any longer attached to his body, the arm missing, and the Apothecary does great work. I did put him in a Proteus kill team, and each round he revived a guy, but this guy is toughness 4, and he then made my kill team Proteus not longer toughness 5, but toughness 4. So, but Apothecary, really cool. Then I kitbashed a captain. I think I got some stormcasts left over, and I cut up the body from the stormcast, as you can see, and I put and I did put the upper body of a Space Marine. I gave him again in the box right there. That came, like, there are so many weapons, heads, shoulder pads, that I can almost equip the whole army. It's not just for like 10 miniatures. I think you can equip with the stuff that is in there. I think you can equip like 20 or even more. So giving this guy a Deathwatch bolter. I got some bits of eBay. So things start to add up, but this is now my captain on a 40mm base, a Deathwatch captain, which we'll see definitely play. And what else? Then the Watchmaster. I didn't buy a Watchmaster. I just kitbashed a Watchmaster again, a Deathwatch veteran. I don't know. I think like on the box it says you can buy 10 veterans, but I think I've built more than 10. I can't tell how many, but definitely more. And I know that right now you can probably only buy the intercessors, but I'm just then built the intercessors. But this is like my Watchmaster. I have to say I have to get much better skills painting a power sword and power weapons, but that will come. The Watchmaster does great things. When this guy is attached to a unit, you're eligible to fall back, shoot, and charge again. I think for 100 points, pretty cool. Yeah, a solid character. I would play him, but probably in a bit higher point games. Then I kitbashed a Judiciar, and this guy, I think an ex-Stormcast, and now he's my Judiciar, and he eats enemy units for breakfast, like whatever you throw at this guy, aggressors, blade guards. I played mostly against Space Marines and Sisters of Battle. And this guy gives your team, he leads first strike. If he loses his team, he loses first strike. The first strike is only if he's attached to a unit. And I usually field him, or I did field him, with a mixed bag of 10 veterans, as you can see, with storm shields, with swords, with maces. Maces do not exist anymore, but with heavy thunderhammer, Deathwatch heavy thunderhammers, and with power swords. And I would put the Judiciar in the LANDRAIDER. The LANDRAIDER can then drive up 10 inches. You can embark from the LANDRAIDER 3 inches, wholly within 3 inches. And because the LANDRAIDER has the attack ramp, after they have moved 6 inches, they are eligible, I think, to charge, to shoot and charge, or just to charge. And that's good enough. So you move up with this bad boy 10 inches, then disembark them 3 inches, then you walk 6 inches, and then you charge whatever you need to do. So it's not a bad idea to get a Judiciar and maybe blade guards or some very, very heavily equipped Deathwatch veterans with, I think you could put 4 Deathwatch hammers in that thing, and you should put a bunch of shields in that thing, and then maybe take power swords or Xenophase blades on your captain. These are slightly better power swords, and then yeah, charge into something and just chew it up. And that's what you do. And what else? Then here I have like it used to be that you would have these guys were called Black Shields, and they were Marines who would have abandoned their chapter, so you couldn't see what chapter they are from. They have a chain on that thing, and they swore an oath to be members of the Deathwatch forever until they fall. Pretty cool dudes. I have one Black Shield that has 2 power swords, and these guys used to make heroic interventions, and you could charge or pull into another unit with these guys, and these would have more attacks than a normal guy and just chop up the enemy. So when they created the Deathwatch, they had like really, really cool ideas in mind, and I really loved it. I know that maybe it's hard to support an army like that, and we will see what will happen, but I could maybe imagine that they just take the idea in which they started, streamline it a bit, or maybe not streamline it, and then just use this for the new models, like the new intercessors and the new stuff that's out there. But yeah, this used to be Billy, my sniper. From previous editions, I would have Stalker pattern bolt gun. This has heavy, but it made, I don't know what it made, but yeah, Billy from what's the movie called with Arnold Schwarzenegger? Billy, get to the chopper. Yeah, that movie, Predator. And yeah. What else? I have some. Yeah, these guys, these used to be the thing. The Deathwatch frag cannon. You used to field. You could make a team with just 5 frag cannons. You could deep strike them with a teleportarium that the Deathwatch had, and you could melt, I think, anything that stood between this guy and victory. And I have to say, the profile for the, let me see, the profile for the frag cannon is still a good one. So what does it do? Let me see. Power fist here, frag cannon. It has blast, it has heavy, it has rapid fire. It has strength 7, AP 1, damage 2, range 18 inches, and you get rapid fire D3 in half range. So pretty cool thing. As you can see, I had some Dark Vengeance, Dark Angels Marines. I just kitbashed them into my army, not yet fully painted, but I will field them and they do the job. So I repurposed a couple of Firstborn Marines into my army, and yeah, equipped them with some frag cannons. And then there's also like the Infernus Heavy Bolter. I think heavy bolters used to be very good. I don't know how good they are right now. But yeah, this one, the Deathwatch, has an Infernus Heavy Bolter. It's a bolter and a flamer, and it's really handy to have both. Like, you can choose the weapon profile. As you can see, well, these ones don't have it. Let me pick some veterans. The veterans can have frag cannons, Infernus Heavy Bolter, Heavy Flamer, long vigil ranged weapons, bolt guns. They're pretty cool. If you wonder, Deathwatch veterans can reroll once against anything that has the Imperium and Chaos keyword. And if it has the Xenos keyword, or if it's an alien, you can reroll all 2 hits. Yeah, kind of like Oath of Moment on steroids. And so Deathwatch, pretty cool army. I usually would field them. The Flamer is pretty handy for Overwatch, and this one's a bit clunky, wonky, but yeah, what can I say? I just needed the model. This one is awesome. So not yet fully painted, but the Flamers are great. Infernus Heavy Bolter, also great. I think you can include 2 into your army. I was running lately a mixed bag where I had 1 Thunderhammer in a 10-man theme, 2 Thunderhammers, and 1 frag cannon and 1 heavy flamer, but it's a bit all over the place, so sometimes it's good to concentrate. Then I would say running 5 intercessors is a good thing. You take this intercessor guys, you put them on your home objective or another objective. They really grew on me. They have heavy, they have assault. The captain has a power fist, and one of them has a grenade launcher. So they are very versatile. They have sticky objectives, and yeah, 5 intercessors. Bring them. I would say bring them and let them hold some of the backline. This is my intercessor right now, but I ordered some. But yeah, power fist, glory. A 5-man team. Then what else? I have 5 flamer teams. Like, these are Infernus intercessors, but I just kitbashed my Dark Vengeance guys, and I will use them, and if I like what I see, I maybe buy some new minis cheap off eBay, or maybe these guys will do the job. Again, kit bashing is a great and fun thing. Be creative and do what you like. My 5-man team. Then I have the bikers. What about the bikers? I think next time they will be pushed into Legends. When I got them, I liked them very much. These I got from eBay, but I clipped off some of the heads, and of course Deathwatch doesn't wear helmets, and this one is an Ultramarine with a power sword. And what can I say? They are kind of decent. They cost 3 bikes, cost 80 points. They have turbo boost, which means that if you roll for advance, you don't need to roll. You can just advance 6. So these ones have a 12-inch move, and then I would say an 18 advance move. And I'm pretty happy with them. They came on slightly bigger bases, and yeah, I will show them. And I run them usually, you can run them as 5 guys, or you can even run them as 3 guys, just to hold and grab objectives or to hold missions. If you have bikes lying around, like these are very viable, put 3 of them together, and you can give the sergeant a shield if you need it defensively, and if you need it offensively, they have a bunch of attacks, and maybe you just charge an enemy mission where he has just light troops, and yeah, it's tons of fun painting these up. Outriders, I didn't play with Outriders, I just used what I had, and it was kinda cool. This guy, I gave a fat hammer, yeah. But I think they can just have like a Xenophase blade and that stuff. Then my Dreadnought, I like this guy very much, but yeah, he gets, I think, outclassed by the new Redemptor Dreadnoughts. So this old Cybot Dreadnought, not what it used to be, but I'm very nostalgic about these guys. Yeah, they look a bit boxy, but they definitely remind me of the good old times and Dawn of War, the good old game where you could shock down a Cybot. And in the edition I started playing, I think in 8th edition, you could put, I think, 1 team in Teleportarium, and I could shock this guy from the back line, and he would destroy something and then punch it in the face with his beautiful fist. And yeah, great guy. Then I got a Cybot, a very old one. As you can see, a very basic loadout with an assault gun. This used to be in a previous edition where you would keep it as cheap as possible, the loadout. This was just to shoot up guys and then with a Stone Bolter and then to punch him. Yeah, I had tons of fun painting these, but probably next edition this guy will be retired to Legends, and we'll see. The new models are slightly growing on me, like the Redemptor Dreadnoughts. They look really good on a table. But I would say you still can use a Dreadnought to maybe clear objectives and stuff like that. This is my Kitbashed LANDRAIDER. I didn't want to spend a bunch of money on the LANDRAIDER. I didn't like the tank. I'm very much into bolt action tank, but the LANDRAIDER seemed to be very, very blocky and ugly, so I kitbashed one. If you want to see how I did this, check it up here. And yeah, two Godhammer las cannons, a multi-melter, a storm bolter down here, a heavy bolter twin linked here, a hunter seeker missile right here, 12-man transport, and what else? It's pretty tough. It has 10 wounds, 2+ save, and it can transport up to 12 people. And then there are, of course, the Crusader and the Redeemer, which can transport even more people. So I would say the LANDRAIDER, pretty big, pretty chunky. But yeah, does it for me, does it for my Deathwatch, and I kind of like it. not yet fully painted. It is pretty messy, but I had also tons of fun building it. And yeah, I will field this bad boy as long as I can. Then we come to the Eradicators. Again, I kitbashed the Eradicators. I took a couple of sisters and not yet fully painted. But these sisters will do the Eradicator job in my view. The Deathwatch found some nuns on a burned out planet, lost their own Eradicators, and so they took these sisters on to replace their own Eradicators. Of course, this is not tournament legal, but at your local game store, you can definitely play them, and I do play them, and Eradicators are just ridiculous for 95 points. They can reroll pretty much anything and against vehicle and monsters, and that is what they want to melt. I usually bring them from outflank in turn 1, 2, last game even turn 3 from the backside, and then they tried to light up an enemy ultramarine tank, but the tank took his overwatch and melted 2 sisters, and then yeah, I don't know. What else? Terminators. What's to say about the Terminators? Yeah, get Terminators off eBay, paint them black, and give them some cool loadout. Chain fists are good against vehicles. You can deep strike these bad boys. Put them in the transport. What is also good? Power fists, chain fists, assault guns. I don't know if I would give them power swords. That's probably not the best option. Again, I need to learn how to draw power swords. But yeah, this is a good loadout, like with some storm shields and some hammers. And let's get to what do I have? Vanguard veterans. Oh man, I love those minis, as you can see. Great Vanguard veterans. The loadout changed. They just have melee weapons right now, so doesn't matter with what you equip them. The profile will always say melee weapons, something similar to power swords. As you can see, back in the days, I used to kit this one out with a power fist, so this one could go to town with a tank, and this guy just had to look awesome with his lava sword, not yet fully painted. And then of course with the Deathwatch, everything wants to have Deathwatch shields, so you can tank shots or hits from big monsters or las guns and just shrug them off and get your team where it needs to go, and then destroy everything that's there. And this used to be my Captain Hammer, a guy with a hammer, a shield, with a jump pack. You would put this guy, back in the days it was called Lone Operative. You could fly this guy around, or you could put it into a team, and then this guy had a couple of wounds, would fly around, would shrug everything off with his shield, and would pretty much destroy everything with his hammer, and that was amazing. So one last bit, and then we're through with the army. Where is it? Here it is. Yeah, I took some Bretonnian men-at-arms. I did put some weapons on this guy. This is now my Inquisitor, and following him is this beautiful priest. And an Inquisitor costs 55 points. Inquisitorial Henchman costs 50 points, and maybe as a cheap action monkey, and this one is 3D printed from a buddy of mine. And yeah, like pretty amazing models. And I'm thinking about running an Inquisitor and maybe Inquisitorial Henchmen as action monkeys. I don't know if I need them, but definitely fun. I have some old Katachan models. Maybe I do conscript them as henchmen, give them the right loadout, which they will need, and bring a bit of 80s vibe into my army. And yeah, playing competitively is great, but also having fun with friends at your local game store. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Everything I wanted to say. Oh, wait. We're missing the last unit. Last but not least, the beautiful Blade Guard I kitbashed. This was a former Storm Guard, Storm. What's their name from Age of Sigmar? Stormcast. And I took this guy. I put a Space Marine head on him. I kitted him out the way you would think you need it. And yeah, Blade Guard. I didn't play Blade Guard up until now. I fought against them last week, and I kind of liked the look and what they did. And so I thought, yeah, they look pretty great. Let's have a few Blade Guard and see if I liked him. I did kitbash a lot because I don't know if I want to play them, but I want to try them out. And if I like them, I might buy the kit. But yeah. So that's pretty much the whole army and what I think about it. And I think it's good. It can be played. I hope you liked it. And we see us in the next video. See ya.